Welcome to Hungry Oceans. You know, Matt and I go to a lot of little towns around the area, but we actually live in Vigo County. We've visited so many others around the area. We thought we should probably visit our local Vigo County History Museum. So come along with us for a fun adventure. Terre Haute is home to the very first contour bottle for the Coca-Cola bottle that was made, and that was back in 1942. And this room kind of celebrates everything Coca-Cola. The Root Bottling Company was here, right on this street, right where we are, and that's where they made all the very first contour bottles for the Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Brewing Company is the oldest in the state of Indiana. It's located right here where we are, just a few blocks away on 9th and Poplar. We still have actually some of the brewing companies, and Terre Haute Brewing Company came out with Champagne Velvet, which is still sold today, owned by a different company at this point. But on the first floor here, we see a lot of old downtown Terre Haute and a lot of information about the brewing that was done here in Terre Haute.
In the 1880s, Terre Haute was actually the largest whiskey producer in the entire world.
The Airman family actually had a business right here in the building that we are currently in, where they made overalls, and all the sewing was done up on the 3rd floor. And this shows a picture of the women upstairs on the 3rd floor working, putting the overalls together. And this was here from 1895 to 1939. In the early 1900s, we saw a lot of Syrian immigrants come to Terre Haute and make their lives here and really flourished here. One of those was Jimmy Farah, and he opened up a toy store. Let's look at some of the toys that he had in the early 1900s. the Root family had this totem made in Southern California and brought here to Terre Haute to sit on their Allendale home. As you can see the Holman and Company over here. It says coffee roasters, spice grinders. The Holman family has a long history here. You can see in some of our other videos where we talk about the Holman family, including the Holman auction that was held last year. This is one of my very favorite items here at the History Museum, and this is a piano that was played by Paul Dreiser, who wrote On the Banks of the Wabash, Far, Far Away. He wrote that here in Terre Haute. We've done a video about the Wabash River, and we'll probably go back and visit there in the next month or so. There's a festival coming up. But in the 1950s, this was donated by a family because it was actually owned originally by the Fitzgeralds. And he went over to the Fitzgeralds because he didn't actually have a piano of his own. He wrote many songs on this. Sally, or Sarah, they called her Sally Fitzgerald, was actually Paul Dreiser's girlfriend. And he wrote a song that you may know called My Gal Sal. He wrote that right on this piano. I really like this photo of Paul Dreiser. I think it's so funny. It's big. It's a big photo.
It's a big guy.
Some notable people from Terre Haute. We've got here Chauncey Rose, and Chauncey Rose was responsible for a lot of pharmaceutical type things and a lot of invention in the late 1700s, or the mid 1800s here in Terre Haute, and he also assisted with or put together a boys' home here in Terre Haute, and now what we know as the college, Rose Holman. Over here we have Saint Mother Theodore Dreiser, and she is the founder of the Sisters of Providence, St. Mary of the Woods College. Another person from Terre Haute is Scatman Crothers. He was born in 1910 and lived to 1986, it says down here, and he liked to scat. This is Surratt, and she's actually, when we went to the cemetery, we showed her plot as well as the Rose plot, and Eugene Debs. But anyway, Surratt was a very famous actress in the mid 1900s, so around 1920s to 40s, and she's also buried here in Terre Haute. We've got Theodore Dreiser and Paul Dreiser. You'll notice the names are different. They are brothers and both notable people, but Paul changed his name to Dreiser when he moved out to New York. Max Ehrman, pictured here, and we'll show another spot with some more information about him. He wrote Desiderata. He's from Terre Haute. And also one of our favorite people, Mr. Eugene V. Debs, right here in Terre Haute is where he's from. And we have visited his home. If you see that on one of our older vlogs, we did go visit his home and have a little bit, his star on the Walk of Fame is outside the Copper Bar here in Terre Haute. This is a historical spotlight for someone local that was a real treasure to Terre Haute. We have a vlog where we went to Royal Mandarin, and then we also went to Asian Market. And Asian Market is where Mrs. Lee and her husband have owned that market for a very long time. And we hang out with Mr. Lee there and buy some groceries. It's kind of fun. Really sweet family. And Mrs. Lee passed away this past year, and she'll be very, very missed. The third and final, at this point, Terre Haute Courthouse, Vigo County Courthouse, is here in this picture. And we'll go take a look at it because it is really pretty. You need to see it in person. So after this, we'll just go take a peek at it so you can see what it looks like in real life. It's quite a beauty. So we've been to the Highland Lawn Cemetery and have some interesting stuff there that we viewed, along with a lot of notable people that are buried there. One of the stories we tell about is John Highland and his little dog, Stiffy Green. If you watch that video, you'll see this is the actual Stiffy Green dog that was waiting there for him after he died. It's a really fun story. Watch that video if you'd like to see more about that. We'll try to put that in the comments so you can check out that vlog. It's fun. Also, when we went to the cemetery, we went to the Sheets Mausoleum, and we told the story about the telephone. You can get more about that if you don't watch that. We'll look in the comments. We'll put that video down there. But while we were there, we got a surprise, a scary surprise while we were here. It's really creepy. So you should check out that vlog. It's a good one. One spot on the third floor that I like is a spot for reflection. And this is where you can sit and write your thoughts. And it's kind of in honor of Max Ehrmann, right there. And he is the author of Desiderata. Go placidly amidst the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. Well, we hope you had fun on our adventure today to the Vigo County History Museum. It was really fun. Every time we come here, we have a blast. And we wanted to kind of end with Punch. Punch is a storefront sculpture that was in front of a cigar store from 1867 to 1957. Just out in front of the cigar store. Telling everybody come on in and get your cigars. It's pretty creepy and pretty special to Terre Haute. We'll see you next time. Bye! I didn't forget to show you the courthouse. So before this vlog's actually technically over, hope you stayed past that little end. This is our courthouse. It's really pretty. It's quite nice. And it's got like gold filament on the top. And it's right along Highway 41. And then Highway 40 is up here going towards Brazil, and that's the national highway. It's in a really good area. Thanks for watching.